former CIA operative who spent years in Afghanistan did an interview with our own Christian Garzone last week. He said in that sit-down that there's unlikely another 9/11 on the way. In short, he claims terrorists in that region just don't possess the capability or funding to carry out such a thing. And he basically said we need to be more worried about another type of attack. Here's Christian Garzone.
It's perfect. Yeah. Former CIA operative Dan Castor spent years on the ground in Afghanistan. He says terrorists there do not have the same capabilities they had 20 years ago.
There isn't another 9/11 around the corner. Okay, the bigger fear now is maybe a cyber attack.
Cybersecurity expert Paul Robinson agrees. He says picture something like hackers poisoning a water supply by changing pH levels. By the way, that almost recently happened in Maine and Florida.
You poison a water system and it goes undetected for 12 hours. I mean, we're talking 10, maybe 100x, God forbid.
He says mistakes like giving out a password or having weak security on your systems can give criminals a way in.
So organizations, companies that are doing commerce or providing goods and services or, whatever it is for the general public need to be mindful.
He says just look at the fallout from the attack on the Colonial Pipeline.
Food and water supplies, power plants, dams.
RIT professor Jonathan Weissman says those are usually owned privately. He says businesses and governments need to do a better job of sharing something called threat intelligence.
Because when the information is shared between business and government, both sides become stronger.
Robinson agrees, saying that will diminish a catastrophic event.
To make sure that we're all working together to make sure nothing tragic happens similar to 9/11.
In Rochester, Christian Garzone, News 8.
Christian, thank you. And Weissman has a new book out called Principles of Computing Security. He describes it as a hands-on guide with challenges for readers to solve real-world cyber issues.